Hey everyone, today I'm diving into a hot topic that's all over the news, the U.S. Visa Red List. This list includes 11 countries that have had historical, political, and security-related tensions with the United States. Let's break down why each country is on this list and their history with the U.S. First up, Afghanistan. This country is dealing with ongoing security concerns, a history of terrorism, and Taliban rule. The U.S. invaded Afghanistan in 2001 after the 9/11 attacks to overthrow the Taliban and eliminate al-Qaeda. After 2 decades of war, the U.S. withdrew in 2021, leading to the Taliban's return to power. The U.S. sees Afghanistan as unstable and a potential base for terrorist activities. Next, Bhutan. Bhutan is banned due to limited diplomatic relations and a lack of data-sharing agreements with the U.S. It's a small Himalayan kingdom with strict travel and visa policies, making it difficult for U.S. authorities to verify Bhutanese visa applicants. Now Cuba. Cuba's communist government, past conflicts, and continued tensions over U.S. sanctions put it on the list. The U.S. and Cuba have had a hostile relationship since the 1959 Cuban Revolution, when Fidel Castro overthrew the U.S.-backed government. Despite attempts to improve relations, restrictions were tightened again under Trump and Biden. Moving on to Iran, long-standing hostility, nuclear program disputes, and terrorism concerns are the reasons here. U.S.-Iran tensions began in 1979 with the Islamic Revolution, leading to the Iran hostage crisis. Iran's nuclear program and support for terrorist organizations have kept it in the crosshairs of U.S. sanctions. Libya is next. Political instability, civil war, and links to terrorism keep it on the list. Libya was led by Muammar Gaddafi from 1969 to 2011, during which time the U.S. accused Libya of sponsoring terrorism, including the 1988 Lockerbie bombing. Gaddafi's overthrow led to ongoing turmoil. Then there's North Korea. Hostile regime, nuclear threats, and no diplomatic relations with the U.S. The U.S. and North Korea have been adversaries since the Korean War, 1950 to 1953. North Korea's nuclear weapons program and threats against the U.S. have kept relations tense. Somalia is also on the list due to terrorism threats, lack of government control, and piracy. Somalia has been in conflict since the early 1990s, with no stable central government. The terrorist group Al-Shabaab operates there, posing a security threat. Sudan's reasons include political instability, human rights violations, and links to past terrorism. Sudan was once on the U.S. list of state sponsors of terrorism for allegedly harboring Osama bin Laden in the 1990s. Although Sudan was removed from this list in 2020, recent coups have raised new concerns. Syria is another country on the list due to ongoing civil war, terrorism concerns, and tensions with the U.S. military. Since 2011, Syria has been engulfed in a civil war involving multiple factions, including ISIS. The U.S. has conducted military operations in Syria, viewing it as a high-risk nation. Next, Venezuela. Political crisis, economic collapse, and U.S. sanctions are the key issues. Relations between the U.S. and Venezuela deteriorated under Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro, leading to American sanctions. Finally, Yemen. Civil war, terrorist activity, and a humanitarian crisis are the reasons. Yemen has been in a civil war since 2015, with U.S.-backed Saudi forces fighting Iran-backed Houthi rebels. Terrorist groups like al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula operate there, raising U.S. security concerns. So, why these countries? They all share terrorism threats, political hostility toward the U.S., ongoing conflicts, or unreliable governments. The U.S. government justifies the bans as necessary for national security, but critics argue they unfairly target civilians and restrict global mobility. What do you think? Are these bans justified, or are they unfair? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more global news updates. Thanks for watching.